What's good, family? It's your boy Big L with another quick The Forum Blast. Ferguson, Missouri is popping. It's going down right now. Since the murder of Mike Brown, it's been a roller coaster ride of shenanigans and nonsense. And I'm not speaking about the rioting, quote unquote, or the looting, quote unquote. I don't condone either one of those, but I understand why they do it, why they're doing it. Even if you don't agree, you can understand why. I think that's important to be able to articulate the frustration, the anger, that it's bigger than the Mike Brown situation. But I want you to pay attention, family, and think critically in regards to all the information that's coming out. Think critically to everything that's being presented in front of you. Challenge it, question it. Don't assume because it looks like it's headed in the right direction that it's going in the right direction or the right thing is happening. Don't draw that conclusion. Every time there's a killing of one of us, and when I say us, I mean black people, not just black men. Black men don't have the market cornered on being killed by white supremacy. Black women, black children, blacks as a whole are being wiped out on many different levels, in many different ways, whether it be physically, emotionally, mentally, economically, all those manners and ways. But every time you see one of us killed, they often criminalize us. You know, black folks are the only ones who have to defend themselves from the grave. We've seen with Trayvon, they attempted to turn him into a thug, which is code and justification for murder. They did the same thing for Eric Gardner. They've done the same thing now for Mike Brown by introducing this video, this convenience store video, that has absolutely nothing to do with events later. There's no connection between the two. The fact that they introduced that and brought that out before any other information regarding the case is a tactic and a ploy. It's a wartime tactic that they're using. I want to encourage you all who are watching and involved in this struggle to pay attention, man. The propaganda is so thick and heavy and so real that I think it's oftentimes being overlooked. And that doesn't mean I'm some type of expert. Don't let me give that impression. I just happen to be somebody who questions everything and challenges it all. But we have to take this, what we're seeing in Ferguson, and look at it in this bigger picture. What's happening in Ferguson, what happened with Mike Brown, is not an isolated incident of police misconduct and police brutality and police corruption. They're symptomatic of a bigger issue, of a larger problem that affects blacks as a whole. And until we understand that this is a larger dynamic, a bigger problem, a bigger issue that blacks are facing, we're going to be unable to attack it properly and address it. We should be thinking now, or already have begun to thought and put in place methods and principles and practices to teach us how do we deal with the police in our community. When things like this happen again, and unfortunately, family, they will, how do we as a community come together and attack and deal with the people who have done this strategically and build plans on how to address politicians who don't have our best interests at heart, to not get frustrated and upset with quote unquote entertainers who don't get involved in the struggle. When it comes to blacks, politicians and entertainers, we have elevated them to a position where we expect them to come through and be something that they're unable to be. Everybody doesn't have that quality, that oomph that needed to be a leader. These folk, once they get to a certain position in life, most times economically, there's a disconnect from where they were, their neighborhoods, their communities, and where they are now. They can no longer relate to the struggle. They can't see or understand it. But we tend to expect them to rush back to our aid and defend us. And that's just not reality. And we set ourselves up for failure. I'm not upset with President Obama because he doesn't speak out with vigor and fervency for black people. I never had that expectation of him. That wasn't something that he did before he was in office. So why would I expect that now he's there, that he's going to take that mentality on? Would it be nice? Would it be great? Would it be powerful? Yeah. But when we think along those lines, that demonstrates that we really don't have an understanding of the political system. There's a reason why he speaks out so fervently and adamantly for other groups. Those other groups have been instrumental in getting him into office financially, money-wise. Blacks showed up in droves, over 90% of us, to vote him into office. We pulled the lever, but wasn't too many of us that supported him economically. So the politics game is financial. Who you buy is what they're going to get back. We need to get into the mindset of buying politicians or renting them until they can fit and do what we need to do. And that's by supporting ones financially who fit our needs and our desires, what we need specifically and exclusively. We have to begin to take that approach, fam. This past Wednesday night on the forum with your boy Big L on cvoiceradio.com, for almost 2 hours, we had a discussion about the whole Mike Brown situation, laid it out, explaining why it's war, telling you, teaching you, showing you the tactics that they're using, why they're using them, explaining it to you. We got to be able to think critically, think bigger than what you're seeing. You'll only be shown small fragments of situations. There's bigger things taking place behind the scenes, okay? So let's think critically, family. Let's address these things. Keep fighting, keep standing. I love you. Let's make changes, man. The changes begin with us, and we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right, man. I believe that because people are beginning to wake up. I love you. Till next time, This is another Blast of the Forum with your boy Big L. We out.